Out of that nasty confrontation between two Indiana neighbors. Police released security footage overnight showing how the argument escalated into a shootout. You hear it right there as prosecutors conclude that the man who fired first will not be charged with a crime. ABC's Lindsay Janis here with the story. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George and Amy. The bad blood between these two neighbors goes back years, but this morning one of them is in critical condition and prosecutors say the other acted in self-defense. The entire incident starting with name calling and ending in a gunfight caught on camera.
This is the moment a fight between neighbors turns violent. 59-year-old Jeffrey Weigle is captured on security video hurling insults at his neighbor across the fence.
See, you got the out.
Then getting on his lawnmower. It's unclear what Dean Keller of Firefighter says in response, but Weigle reverses his mower and pulls a handgun out of his pocket. 49-year-old Keller quickly grabs his weapon and fires multiple shots. Weigle returning fire. Weigle is hit 4 times in the chest, but gets up and walks away. Now, more than a week later, he's in critical condition, and Indiana prosecutors say at this time his shooter won't be charged with a crime, saying he acted in self-defense. According to sheriff's records, the two men have argued more than a dozen times in the last 8 years over a range of issues from the location of a fence to Keller's dogs. In 2011, both charged with battery after getting into a fight that left Keller stabbed in the arm and Weigle with cuts.
Prosecutors say they'll decide whether to charge Weigle with the crime when and if he recovers. In a statement to ABC News, Keller's lawyer says his client is praying that his neighbor survives but does not regret defending himself. Prosecutors have pointed out that Weigle rents a room at the property next door, so he doesn't even have an ownership interest in either side of that disputed fence. George?
Okay, Lindsay, thanks very much. Let's talk about it now with our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. So break this down right now. Take us step by step through how prosecutors made this decision.
They used this video, I am certain, and went frame by frame. Look, I did this last night, right? I went through this video last night, frame by frame, to look at when did he lift up the gun. Looking at him moving backwards in his lawn, because remember, he goes forward in the lawnmower. Then the guy with the gun moves forward to the fence. The victim then comes back on his lawnmower with his gun in a sort of threatening manner. And so this is exactly what prosecutors did, because typically you don't have a video. And you just have one person saying, here's what happened, and here's what I thought, and here's why I shot. Here you can go through every single frame of that moment, because boom, right there, you see him lift up the gun, and then there's a threatening thing with the arm, and that is exactly what prosecutors did.
Much better chance if there's no video that he gets charged.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no question. The video is enormously helpful to him here, because what prosecutors might do if there wasn't a video is say, you know what, this is pretty sensitive here. Let's let a jury decide this. We shouldn't be the ones to decide. But when they have the video, they can say, look, we believe this is classic self-defense, and as a result, we're not even going to charge him.
And if the victim survives, you think he does face charges?
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Because remember, the self-defense law here is, did he reasonably believe he was in imminent danger of injury or death? For the guy who got shot, the question is, was he menacing him? I mean, there are real possibilities that he could get charged. Now, I think the fact that he was shot is going to help him in terms of potentially not getting charged. But as a strictly legal matter, it doesn't get him off the hook. The fact that he was shot. If he was the one who was wrong here, if he was the one who initiated this, if he was the one who was creating this dangerous situation, then he could be charged with a crime.
Okay, Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Yep.